everyone, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. My name is Charmaine, and I like to talk about books and have a good time. So if you're in for any of that, please consider subscribing. And today, I have my most massive book haul ever. Ever in the history of time. I bought a lot of books. I'm so excited. Okay, so I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have 12 books here. One of them's a set. I'm pumped. This is the Serena Valentino's Villains book, 1 through 3. I hope you guys can see that. I have not taken it out of this little box yet. So there's Poor Unfortunate Soul, which is Ariel retelling, Little Mermaid retelling. Then there's The Beast Within, which is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. And then there's The Fairest of All, which is a Snow White retelling. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to start with the Poor Unfortunate Soul, and I'm having a hard time reading out loud. I'm just going to pre-start that with this video, just so you guys know. So if I mess up a lot, that's probably what's going to happen. And I don't edit. The Tale of the Sea King's Daughter. Ariel is a beloved one of losing and then finding one's own voice. The story has been told many times and in many ways, and is always the mer girl wants more than her world can offer, and her father's demands that she live within the confines of her domain. Her rebelliousness, cost the Little Mermaid her voice and nearly her soul, but the power of good prevail, and Ariel emerges proud and changed. And then it says, and yet that is only half the story. So what of Ariel's nemesis Ursula, the sea witch, that led her to becoming so twisted, scorned, and filled with hatred? Many tales have tried to explain her motives. Here's one account that might have shaped the sea witch into a detestable, poor, unfortunate soul. Oh my gosh, I just realized that these were villain books. I just said out loud that these are like a villain series, did I not? Yeah, it's the villain series. I didn't realize, I thought it was going to be like a Little Mermaid retelling. I didn't realize that it was going to be about Ursula. Oh, that's so cool. Oh my gosh, okay. Gonna have some tea, so my voice hurts. Okay, so now we're on to Beauty and the Beast, which is The Beast Within. And it says, in any tale, especially one as sordid as the Beast, Beauties and the Beast, have been told many different times in many different ways. No matter which version one hears, a nagging question remains. What was it that transformed the beast into the beast, or transformed the prince into the beast that we're introduced to? In this one version, pulled from the many passed down throughout the ages, it's a story of vanity and arrogance, of love and hatred, and of beastliness, and of course beauty. So I'm just reading you the end part where it talks about their villainous part, because we already know the stories, or most of us do anyway. So this one's The Fairest of Them All, which is based on Snow White. So this one says, the queen was jealous of the girl's beauty, and the jealousy, something in the queen's attempt on the sweet naive girl's life. Wow, not doing good with this. Another tale, far less often spoken, is the one that explains what caused the queen to become so contemptuously vile. Still, some have attempted to guess the reasons. Perhaps the queen's true nature was that of a wicked hag, and her beautiful regal appearance a disguise to fool the king. So I'm excited to read these, because I didn't, I read the villains thing on the side, but I didn't actually realize that they were villain stories, so that's an extra bonus, because surprise for myself, even though I bought them and they're awesome. So that's exciting. Then I got Dean Koontz Frankenstein, because somebody suggested this for a book club book, and it was on sale for $1.99. So I was like, yeah, I'll grab that, because then that way, if we end up picking it for book club, I have it. And it says, a cataclysmic conclusion to Koontz's brilliant rework of a classic tale. The war against humanity is raging as a small town of Rainbow Falls, Montana comes under siege. Scattered survivors join together to weather the onslaught. Victor Frankenstein's nihilistic plan is to remake the future, a future in which mankind will be annihilated. To accomplish this aim, he has created nothing less than the shocking troops of the apocalypse. Now the Alliance of Good must take their last best stand and do battle against overwhelming odds. So that sounds good. I don't know. Dean Koontz is pretty scary, I think. That might be a little bit too scary for me. But I got it because if we end up reading it for book club, I want to have it, so that's cool. Then I got The Daughters of Temperance Hobbs by Catherine Howe. So that's what it looks like there. It's really pretty. Honestly, like the cover's gorgeous. So this one says, Connie Goodwin is an expert on Americans' fractured past with witchcraft. A young tenured track professor in Boston, she's earned career success by studying the history of domestic healing arts, home recipes, and medicine, and the woman fluent in those skills. Beyond her studies, Connie harbors a secret. She is the direct descendant of not only Deliverance Dane, the woman tries as a witch in Salem, but an entire bloodline of women whose abilities were far more magical than historical record shows. Ooh, it's like a witch book. Okay, that's exciting. That's good. That could be something that I'll read this month. I actually did really, really well with reading. There was one day while I was off sick where I read like 3 books. That was the only day where I had like a minuscule amount of energy, and I ended up napping like 4 times in there. But I really got through books really fast. The next one I have here is The Last Confessions of Autumn Casterly. Most of these are like thriller books and stuff like that, because that's what I'm into right now, so that's what I was grabbing. It says, when band geek Ivy and her friends get together, things start with a rousing board game and end with arguments about Star Wars. Her sister Autumn is a different story. Enigmatic, aloof, and tough as nails, Autumn hasn't had real friends or trusted anyone in years, even Ivy. But Autumn may not be tough enough. After a drug deal gone wrong, Autumn is beaten, bound, and held captive. Now trapped between life and death, she leaves her body seeking help. No one can sense her presence except for her sister. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing! This is by Meredith Tate. And I think this is pretty new. I did see this one on a Book Talk one. Yeah, so this came out in 2021. So that's last year. So I did see that in a Book Talk one, and that's why I thought about it. The next one I have here is Perfect Liars by Amanda K. Morgan. It's this. And it says, when everyone's a perfect liar, who can you trust? In Such a Good Girl, Riley Stone is about perfect. Oh, I think this is a sequel. I don't know. Such a Good Girl. Wait. Oh, I think this is more books than one. Oh, okay. So it says, in Such a Good Girl, Riley Stone is just about perfect. Ask anyone. She also has a crush on her French teacher Alex Bledsoe, and she suspects he likes her too. And then in Secrets It Lies, it says, nothing ruins a summer vacation like a secret, especially when it involves I can't tell you, or else it gives it away. Well, I guess dead teacher. Are you guys gonna read it? I don't know. Anyways, so there's 2 books in this one, so that's kind of neat, because it's like a 2 for 1, which makes sense now, because Such a Good Girl and Secrets, Lies, and Scandal is right there, and I just didn't read it. That's right. Okay, so I do, like, that's like 6 books that I told you about. So I'm just gonna like really show you the next ones, because honestly I'm gonna run out of time. I don't want to keep you guys here all night. So the next one I have is The Girl Who Drank the Moon, and this is by Kelly Barnhill. This one I also saw on Book Talk, and a lot of people were talking about it, so I thought I would get that. It sounds like a good one. This is Four Dead Queens by Astrid Schulte, I think is how you say the last name. So this is like a Penguin teen book, which is cool because I love teen books. Then I have They'll Never Catch Us by Jessica Goodwin. It says, like, it has like one of those another author read it kind of thing, and it says, suspenseful and gripping yet heart-wrenching coming of age story, you won't be able to put this down. So that's pretty neat. Then this one is Reckless Girls by Rachel Hawkins, who wrote this other one called The Wife Upstairs that I almost got, but then it sold out before I could get it. So that's kind of cool. These ones are like super thrillers, I think. I'm going to read the inside of this one, because honestly, I read the inside of this one and it was like, whoa. So this one says, One Island, beautiful, wild, and strange. Moreau Island is a desolate spot on the middle of the Pacific Ocean with a mysterious history of shipwrecks, cannibalism, and even rumors of murder. It's the perfect destination for the most adventurous traveler trying to escape everything, except for the truth. 6 visitors. 6 stunning 20-somethings are about to embark on a blissful, free-spirited journey one filled with sun-drenched days, intoxicated nights, but even as it becomes clear that the group isn't even more cut off from civilization than they initially thought, it starts to feel like the island itself is closing in. And then it says countless secrets. When one person goes missing and another turns up dead, the remaining friends wonder what dark secrets lie beneath the impenetrable paradise, and who else swept underneath the secluded chaos. So it sounds kind of like, it actually says it here. It kind of sounds like it's like an Agatha Christie kind of mystery. So I thought that was neat. So I read the synopsis for this on the website, because I got most of this stuff from Book Depository. Did I say that? I don't know. But anyways, I read that on the website and I was like, oh, I'm going to get that one. Because like, honestly, I'm not really that interested in like husband and wife tales, and the other one was like The Wife Upstairs, and I was just like, whatever, I don't really care about that. But I might end up reading that if I end up liking this one. Then I got Lies Like Poison by Chelsea Pitcher. Pitcher? Yes. There's that. And on the back it says the recipe for the perfect murder. 1 petal of poppy, 1 petal of lily, and 1 petal of belladonna. Drop into a teacup and stir 3 times. So it kind of sounds like a little bit of like a witchy mystery maybe again. I'm also into witchy books right now. There's something in here I just want to see. So it looks like that. The Truth According to Poppy, which is crossed out, and then it says Jack. So it has like these dividers in between so you can see like the different parts, which I think is neat. I like that. And then the last one I got, which I'm super pumped about because this is one of my favorite series. I really like Alice in Wonderland Retellings, and A.J. Howard wrote like my favorite one. So this was a new book by A.J. Howard, and it's called Stain, and I don't have this one yet. And it says, once upon a nightmare, her fairy tale begins. Look how pretty it is. Isn't that nice? So it says, deep within the Ashen Ravine, in a clearly isolated from prying eyes, hidden inside a house without walls, a girl with no identity drifted in and out of consciousness. Time passed immeasurably. The gray, hazy light that filtered through the leafy canopy overhead never seemed to wane, and fever racked her body within, shivering her shoulders. At one point upon waking, she tried to peer out from the heavy eyelids, but it was like looking through hedges of white thistledown. She realized the fringe grew out from her own skin. That was her eyelashes that were blinding her. Reaching up, she plucked several free, and excruciating pain reached all the way into the pit of her stomach, as if the hairs were rooted to the very core of her being and scored her insides on their way out. Man, that sounds insane. Anyways, she did the best retelling. A.J. Howard, I don't even know. She did the best retelling of Alice in Wonderland that I've ever read. And I have that series, and I'm really excited about it. So I'm super excited to get this one. And this is new. And it's hardcover. And I think this was like $7. Like, it was cheap. So I'm super pumped. So have you read any of these books? Again, there's a million of them. Like, seriously, I got 12. So I'm pretty pumped about them. I did end up reading a lot of books this month, though, which like helps because it makes me like feel justified in my purchases. And my boyfriend's not happy about it, but that's fine because it doesn't matter. Okay, that's it. Let me know, did you guys buy a lot of books this month? Are you really into mystery thrillers as well? Have you read anything by A.J. Howard? Did you realize that these were villain books? Have you read these? I don't know. Like, tell me everything. I haven't talked to you guys in a while. And I mean, like, I have been answering comments in between, like, every once in a while, but like, this conversation has not been happening for a while. So I'm really excited to see you guys. Anyways, please like this video, and thank you for hanging out with me for a couple of minutes of your day today. I really, really appreciate that, and I really, really appreciate you. And I'll see you in my next video. Sorry this one was babbly, but I'm pretty excited to be back. Okay, I'll see you guys soon. Bye!